in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you 5 assumptions about my marriage. 5 things that runs through people's mind immediately they see me and my husband together. So people have had the boldness to walk up to me to say, yeah. Some has, whispered it here and there. And some people just say it with their eyes and their looks, I hear it and I see it. And today I'm going to be addressing 5 of those misconceptions. Let's get right into the video. For context, I got married to Mr. T 4 years ago, July 7, 2020, and I got married to this young, amazing, godly, handsome, patient, the list is endless, young man, right? And together, God has blessed us with a cute baby boy. Mr. T is a visually impaired young man. And by visually impaired, I mean that he was born blind. So it means that he has lived with this condition for close to 40 years now. So today, we're looking at 5 things that run through people's mind when they see me and my visually impaired husband. Let's get to it. So the first assumption is that our marriage was an arranged marriage. And I get this a lot. Some people have come to me to ask me like, oh, was it that, your both parents came together and they arranged for us to meet and all of that? Oh no, our marriage was not an arranged marriage. We met, we connected, and we got married. Our parents only got to meet themselves after we had met. So there was nothing like one parent going to village to pick another daughter and all of that. There's nothing like that. Our marriage was not an arranged marriage. We met, we connected, and we got married. Point number 2 will be that I married him because of his money. Now, somebody had walked up to me one day, and she was like, oh, girl to girl, just tell me, is it that he had money and that's why, you married him and all of that? And I'm like, look at us. Does it look like we have a lot of money? This point is actually very funny. When people come to me or suggest it or insinuate it, I just smile because, hey, the money is coming. I will not dwell on this point because I really don't want to dwell on it. So point number 3. So somebody had asked of my opinion about something and I'm like, okay, I will run it by Mr. T. And the person was like, why do you need to run it with Mr. T? Like, you should be able to. And I'm like, yo, that's my husband. That's my husband. So people get this vibe that because he's visually impaired, so I am in charge. I should be able to make decisions on my own, or I make all the decisions by myself. I don't run things by him, or I shouldn't run things by him. It's blind does not mean does not have sense or it does not have brain. People that knows him knows that Mr. T is strongly opinionated. Like this man has his opinions are strong. When he says something, he means it and he stands by it. I'm not in charge of this marriage. We both bring our suggestions, our ideas. I table mine, he tables his. We look at it together and we pick the best one. And certain times he says don't and it is don't. He says go and it is go because he says so and because he's my husband. Or will be that I married him because I did not have a choice. I was getting old and I just had to settle for somebody. Hey, this war weak me. Oh. Well, if you must know, I'm still a baby girl, very young. And if I had options, let me know even this is not even a conversation. I just want to clear the air. So I'm not that old. I'm not old. I married him because I wanted to, because I love him and I wanted to. I had a choice. I made a decision. I was not forced to get married to him. It was a decision I made by myself to get married to him. So I hope that clears it. So I didn't marry Mr. T because I was getting old, I was reaching menopause, and I just had to marry somebody because look at me now. Point number 5 will be that Mr. T is handicapped. He can't do anything by himself. He cannot bathe himself. He cannot brush his teeth. I have to put the food in his mouth. I was having a conversation with a lady one day and she was like, yeah, sorry. We just recently met anyways and she met us together and she was full of pity. Like, hey, how are you doing it? Hey, yeah. And I'm like, girl, I'm not doing anything special. Yes, does it need help here and there? Yes, it does. And like every other partner needs help here and there. So it's not, there's no, I hope you really understand. He's not handicapped. He feeds himself. He goes to work himself. He can bathe himself. I think I've had to answer that question. Somebody was asking me, oh, do you have to bathe him? No, I don't bathe him. He can bathe himself. He can feed himself. In fact, I sometimes leave our child with him, to do stuff. So he's not handicapped. We live a very normal life. Like I already said, do we need help here and there to run by certain things? Obviously we do. So tell me, which of these assumptions shocked you the most? I want to know. And if you have any other question or things you need me to clarify about being married to a visually impaired husband, let me know. I'll be glad to, share with you or make another video about it. Thank you. Till my next video. I love you.